I just wanted to go over an overview for my integrated dynamics Thaumcraft automated Essentia Smeltery. Just to let the everybody know what I've done with this system, because I just feel like I feel like what I did was a dramatic breakthrough. So first thing, I have a why does my boots do that? Why I have a block reader reading the thaumium Essentia smelters tile entity MBT, and then we can display it in a terminal. Now, the thing about MBT is in this version there is no pathing like in newer versions of thumb or integrated dynamics. However, if we were to attempt to read it using, let's say, using a machine reader, it would both not do anything. It wouldn't register the Thaumcraft Essentia smelter as a proper Thaumcraft aspect holder. So we'd have to read the MBT for this. So as you can see, we have one important thing right here, aspects. This is a list. So the idea is we're gonna have something cheap like wood in here, and then we're gonna put it in when it goes below a certain threshold of the thing. And you can see we have aspects, amount, key, herba. Okay, so god damn it. I always get bothered when I'm working on shit like this. Okay, so what we got here is we got an aspect list, and it's a list containing an MBT value, a list of MBT values, and that's how it's working. So what I did was when I go over to Tile Entity MBT, I have a variable ID of 83. Um, Now also the other thing is that this requires an expected output for each of the things. So if it's a list, we want to break it down. So what we did was we put a MBT value list with the list of with the MBT of the thing um, using the aspects variable and the MBT. And this gives you, if we throw these two cards in here, these two cards are based off of this. Make this. You get an MBT list with one entry which is amount 49 key herba. So the thing I did about this, 94. Okay, so this card, don't need it. Then what we did was we took the MBT value list and we defaulted it to value 0, and we put a variable card with our own MBT. The reason why we did this is that if the entry for the list is empty, it will subvert its own its own bullshit MBT into it in order to get in order to keep the system running instead of just Xing out on the terminal. Because if we just put a get, we would we would just this would X out when the aspects just happen to be empty. We don't want that. So MBT value list inner or slice 0, so value 0, or default to amount 0, comma key null. And that was our getter default card. 97, 96, 102. Alright, so that gives us our current amount, or it gives us or it gives us our MBT, or it gives us our custom MBT, depending on whether or not this thaumium Essentia Smeltery is full. Now, the thing is, if you have a list and it contains MBT data, you can convert it back to MBT data just getting it. So that's something I've learned when doing an older version of integrated dynamics. Since there's no path variable, there's no path operator for this version of integrated dynamics, you have to dig down. And usually I like doing this anyway. So we got we got getter default. Oh, okay, so final part of the puzzle here. We got getter amount, and where was that other card? MBT value integer. And these two go for this card. So getter default, amount, MBT value integer. Now you have the input type 1, MBT, output type 2, amount. So either way, in either instance, whether or not the list is full or not, the list has an entry in it or not, it's going to always give us an integer. And what we're most concerned about is whether or not it doesn't present something that's out of bounds. So we throw that in there, and we got the amount of herba in this current herba in this smeltery. So now what we can do? Let's use our tiny coal, and let me just dig down here. Okay, so what I've learned is that I think this can carry about 300, and the coal can run for about 8 wood. It really doesn't matter that much, but what we're really going to be focused on here is making sure that this system stays above a constant value, and um, play along with it as long as so that it both doesn't just slam coal in here and fill up this thing entirely, but not so slow that it ends up not doing anything, or not low so that there's not enough stuff in here. So we'll just start with an integer value of 30 here. Actually, an integer value of 60. Let's go for that. If this integer is greater than, if, yeah, the current, this doesn't really matter as long as we get this right. So, if the integer value is less than 60, we got a less than relational, and that should, now we edit this. The item transfer rate's always going to be 1, item slot's going to be 1, and the ticks per operation, we're going to give it about 120. So throw the NBT value integer in here, and throw that in here. And it's going to output as true. It's about safe for now. Yeah, so that's the entire system, really. Just a like relational operator, and that just gives us tiny coal, throws it in the air. Um, of course, this needs to be restocked with twilight oak wood every so often. But that's basically the whole automation system for the thaumium smeltery. Now what we could do is we could get something that allows us to export in export into the top slot of this smeltery using like wireless something, but I'm not thinking of anything right now, so that's kind of out of the question. Think about integrated dynamics is there's no ipartedness with each of the tools used, so you can't just stick multiple things onto one block and then have it work. It kind of sucks. But yeah, that's basically my run through of how to automate a thaumium or a Essentia smelter from Thaumcraft using integrated dynamics.